talk, and then hopefully you've got the opportunity to ask the staff online right now or call us later, and we'll help you sign up for your favorite 2 or 3 or 4 tours, whatever you like. We'll take care of it. Kelly Tours, we've been at it for my little clicker. You know how this live stuff is. I've been working out there today. We put a little dinner on for Gray Line, and which is our staff that runs all the city tours downtown. We're looking at a bus right now with that goes all over the place. Hey, there's our locations. We've been at this since 1996. 1996, we formed Kelly Tours, named after a very lovely person, Kelly, who supported myself, and we've grown to a point where we have offices all around the area. Savannah's our headquarters. We've got a little place in Charleston and Beaufort. We've got our new location up in Anderson, Greenville, South Carolina. We've got our North Georgia location, which is just above Gainesville. Have our Macon location and our location down in Jacksonville, right outside of Yulee, Florida. Got a great staff that runs Kelly Tours. We have our division of student trips. We have our motor coach division, which our fleet is up to 60 motor coaches now. And we have our group travel that we're going to talk about today. Got a website, 800 number if you have any questions. On our website, it's pretty easy just to go on there and view the catalog, choose the trip that you'd like. You can sign up online. You're also welcome to come by the office or any of the offices to sign up for a trip, or just give us a call and we'll sign you up. Sometimes they look at me funny out there in the audience, so I wonder why they look at me funny. But anyway, it's a great way of getting out there and seeing the world. You're on a motor coach sometimes. You're on planes. You're on trains. You're on cruise ships. We travel as a group. So if you can get along with that, moving in regimented ways across the country, seeing beautiful things, meeting new friends. Half the trip is the location and the destination. The other half are the people that you meet while you're traveling. We've made some great friends along the way. We've even had marriages formed on trips that we've had with Kelly Tours. So I'm not promising that, but it has happened. We always have an escort that goes along to make sure that everything goes smoothly, to act as a liaison between all the attractions and hotels and restaurants, make sure you're taken care of, keep things going on the bus as we travel. We've got our motor coaches, so our coaches are driven by drivers that know how we do things, and they're an asset to the trip as well. You form relationships with both the escort and the driver. So, group travel is just a great way to go. It's a safe way to go. You don't have to worry about where you're going to park, where you're going to sleep, where you're going to eat. Everything's kind of laid out for you. We do have times in there built in that you have some free time to relax on your own. But it also gives you a chance to read an itinerary, see what all is included, say, man, I really want to do that, and this is a perfect way to do it, and you can go out and do it in a safe way. So hopefully also at a price that you can afford that gives you a great value. If you look through the catalog, we have itineraries that, you just go online or look at the catalog. It shows you everything that's included. So it has a general information page that tells you how to sign up, tells you about deposits, final payments. We're always going to come back later with other information that tells you where we're going to leave from, where we're staying with phone numbers, so what to bring. So all that is taken care of for you, and you just kind of sit back and enjoy yourself with you and whoever you're traveling with. So give it a whirl. The trip is kind of broken up into different ways. So we call it the official travel guide, and it's a beautiful job. We have our in-house marketing department. They do a great job putting this together. If nothing else, just make sure you look through the catalog and keep it around because it's worth reading about all the exciting places that are out there, all the opportunities. And I think if you look it over, you'll find something that you really like. And then you look at the price and go, man, that's awesome. So let's make it happen. We'll see. So there, like I said, the catalog is broken up into different sections. We've got our theater shows section. This is just a chance to go on a lot of day trips or overnight trips to see a show, like the Alhambra Dinner Theater. We go down there, and Jacksonville's got a nice theater down there. They have a nice meal. All those trips are on Saturday, and they're matinees. So we go down there after the sun comes up. We travel down there, have a meal, have a show, and then we come back before the sun goes down. Got some great shows throughout the year this time. Beautiful, The Carole King Story, My Fair Lady, West Side Story, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then coming up in December is Elf. We always like the Elf show. The Fox Theater, located in Atlanta, Georgia, beautiful theater. You sit under the stars. It's indoors, but it has a painted ceiling with little stars and comets go by. It's a cool place to see a show. The acoustics are unbelievable there. And we got some great things coming up. Mamma Mia, a really fun show about a mother and her daughter and the Greek Isles, just making it all happen. The Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline, just a great show. The Neil Diamond show is coming up in March. Shucked, a very funny show. New musical comedy in May, and then the music of the Temptations. You don't want me to sing that one. I'm not a singer, but I love the music of the Temptations. So June 7th, Ain't Too Proud. The Life and Times of the Temptations should be a great show as well at the Fox Theater. Down in Jacksonville, there again, these are all matinee shows here in Jacksonville where we go down for a day trip. And they have a nice selection of shows. Peter Pan in February on a Saturday. Maybe you got a youngin' that you'd like to take with you to go on that. That's fine. Les Miserables, one of the old great French Revolution show. And then Michael Jackson the musical. MJ the musical. Should be some great music in that. I want to go see that myself. Narroway, this is another destination that we go to for the day on a Saturday matinee, just south of Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's a Christian theater that has a lot of Christian shows. They put it together. They have a nice meal there, and then the show follows the meal. We come back that afternoon. The Fourth Cross is an Easter presentation. Ain't Got No Men coming up in July. And then over in Charleston, we got the Sinatra, The Man and His Music. Should be a great show in March. So a lot of day trips, seeing shows, pick one out. A day trip is always a great opportunity. If you've never gone on a tour with us, check out a day trip because that gives you a good feel of what bus travel is all about and how we do things. If you go on a day trip and then you look at our 23-day trip, just kind of imagine a day trip 23 times and that would be similar. So anyway, look at that. You know this stuff like this. Savannah, great fun during St. Patrick's Day. March 17th, Kelly Tours sells all the bleachers for all the parade. And so we have we got a pretty good in route with the parade in the city of Savannah on that day. So we have a nice seat to watch the parade, very entertaining parade. We've also got access to our restaurant where you can go and come. We've got a nice breakfast included. You watch the parade, and then after the parade, it's got a nice meal following that. Lots of beverages included, and a nice place to sit on the bleachers and watch, bands from all over the world, floats, military, It's just a real family atmosphere watching the parade. And it, think people kind of think of it as a crazy place, but it's really not. And going with Kelly Tours makes it very organized, very streamlined, and you get to see a great parade and a couple nice meals. So check it out. Rediscover Savannah. The cherry blossom capital of the world is in Macon, Georgia. This is a day trip up there, and we make sure all the cherry blossom trees bloom right when we get there. So it's really fantastic. Nice meal included. On all the day trips, at least one meal is included. Okay, so like when we go over to Defusky, we go over there, we eat at the little crab shack over there and have a nice meal. We have a nice tour of the island. So this is an island that's in between Hilton Head and Savannah. And the only way to get to it is by boat. So you got a nice boat ride, nice golf cart ride. We take you on a tour around the island on your own private golf cart. And it's a beautiful boat ride as well. And some great scenery on the island. Defusky, that's how you say that. Defusky, that's how we say it down here. Y'all will probably tear it up, but it's okay. Hey, the Georgia Aquarium, the largest indoor aquarium in the world, uh, just went there a couple months ago. It's a fantastic operation. They have all the waters of the world represented there, the freshwater, the Arctic, and even have these giant whale sharks that they bring over from Thailand, and they're 45 foot long. There's about 4 of them in the tank. Groupers, rays, schools of fish. Chance to see the Bulldogs play. Kennedy Space Center day trip, and then Amelia Island, another chance to go on a boat ride out of Amelia Island to Cumberland Island, which is a very nice day trip. One of the barrier islands south along the Georgia coast. The new African American Museum in Charleston, a great day trip. Wonderful time last year on the Iris and Swans Tea Party. The lake and the Swan Lake, and just a nice tea included on that trip. And then a train ride to Charleston, going to Magnolia Plantation, one of them in April, and then a June trip going to the tea plantation, the only tea plantation in the country. And it's over there off of, just before you get to Charleston, off of James Island. So check it out. Nice day trip. Oh, and then our South Carolina Railroad and Coastal Georgia Railroad. This is the year of the trains, I'll tell you. Something about a train gets people wanting to go and sit on the old nostalgic train and comfortable, laid back, and watch the scenery go by. Those Atlanta Braves will be back for sure at their stadium up there in Marietta. Different dates to see the Cardinals, the Nationals, the Diamondbacks, the Giants, and the Nationals again, all throughout the year and the season. It's a pretty cool and easy way to go see a ball game. The bus is going to drop you off right at the front door. Got a nice meal included. And you sit back and watch America's game, and those great Atlanta Braves. I think this will be the year that we put it all together, right? Now we slide over into our multi-day trips. Now a multi-day trip is going to have a hotel involved. It's going to require you to pack a bag. You're going to get a luggage tag from Kelly Tours. We'll take the luggage to your room for you. If you need some help, we'll store it underneath the bus. We got plenty of storage under there. You get on and off the bus. The bus actually lowers for you when you get off. You don't have a big step to get on and off. The driver's going to be there helping you off, and then it's going to drop you off at the front door and pick you up at the front door. So it's a good way to get around. We have all kinds of ideas on overnight trips. Here's our grandparents' grandchildren trip. That's going up to Charleston. That's going to include a train ride to Charleston, and then also the Eufaula pilgrimage. There's a lot of antebellum homes in Eufaula, Alabama. We go down there, have the tour of homes for a couple of days and look around. The world's longest yard sale. Wow. This goes into Alabama, then goes up in through Tennessee to the longest yard sale in the world. and plenty of room underneath the bus to bring back all. Don't buy one of those big couches or big, antique cabinets, but you can bring back some of those other things, plenty of room. If not, we'll go back up there and help you get it in your pickup truck. So, lots of ideas there. Harrah's in Cherokee, North Carolina. This is an overnight trip that goes up there. Beautiful hotel in the Smoky Mountains, and a chance to try your luck at the one-armed bandits, which they don't pull anymore. You got to push. So maybe it's the one-finger bandits. Um, the Colors of Blue Ridge, the Scenic Railway, which is in North Georgia, and then the Stone Mountain and the Tennessee Valley Railway. The year of the trains, I'm telling you, you can probably ride a train every month if you'd like to with Kelly Tours this year. Get on and off the bus, on and off the train. Hey, moving forward, I got a little technical problem here. I'm going to point over here at my man, IT Josh, who's going to get my TV signal back there. You know how technology is. There's the Smoky Mountain fall colors. Fall is a beautiful time to travel. Not only do we have our destination, and all the fun and activities that we have, and train rides and shows, nice meals at different types of restaurants. But you also have the added feature of the changing of the colors of the trees. And here's plenty of opportunities here to take a train ride through the Smoky Mountains, through West Virginia and Mountain Mama trip, the Blennerhassett Island and Cass Railroad Autumn and Appalachia trip. All of them include a nice train ride. Oh, there's that whistle again. I wish that meant I got $1 for every time she does that. But anyway, it's fun. That's Jenna back there. She's head of our marketing, and she loves tooting her horn. That's pretty funny. Hey, North Carolina wine country. If you like the wine, we'll show you how they make it, how they grow it, how they make it. They'll probably squish in it with your feet if you want to, whatever you like. Have a good time and check out a few wineries in North Carolina. Down at South Beach, Miami. All these trips are detailed in the catalog. So we're just kind of bringing them up and having a good time today. But check out the catalog. We spent a lot of time trying to put everything that's included in there, everything that's listed in the itinerary is included in the price. Okay, so if it says you're going to take an Everglades airboat ride out of Miami, that's included. You do a cruise on Biscayne Bay in Miami, that's included. Okay, all the meals in there that's listed at the end of each day, you have either a B, L, or D. Either of those listed at the end of that day, those meals are included in the package, okay? We try to include at least 2 meals a day. Lucy Town up in New York, that's where Lucille Ball grew up. And they call it Lucy Town. We had a beautiful hotel up there that we're going to stay at right on the lake. And should be a good, nice new trip for us. And then our Cajun trip over to along the Gulf Coast, we'll be visiting Pensacola and Bellingrath Gardens, and also into New Orleans, where we'll see the Big Easy, take a cruise on the Mississippi River. And believe it or not, many of you have been with Kelly Tours and along with Excursions Unlimited, which we combined forces a couple years ago. That's going really well. All of the Excursions Unlimited folks continue to work hard at putting these together, along with our general manager of the group travel department, Roger Baker. Roger is a hard worker, and he puts all this together, puts all the words down for you, and makes sure that all the trips are together for you. But our summer mystery trip, people actually sign up for a 5-day trip, and they don't know where they're going. Can you imagine that? Guaranteed to have a good time. So check out the summer mystery trip in July. I can't tell you where we're going though. So you're on your own there. Every time you come up to a little T or Y, you're wondering which way is he going to go, left or right, and it's a fun time. So see about that. There's a giant replica of Noah's Ark up in Kentucky, just south of Cincinnati. We'll go up there and have quite a few different trips that stop there. There's a 4-day trip that includes the Ark and the Creation Museum. This is a great trip for a church group or just somebody looking to learn more about the life of Noah and the creation. So check it out. And then if you're like a group leader, if you have the method of putting 10 or 15 people that maybe you have a Sunday school class, or maybe you just have a group of people you hang out with, a card playing group, or just any type of group, we love for you to come to us and say, hey, I got a group of people that want to join this trip. Just let us know. We can we'll hold you 20 spots and you can sign them up. We'll give you a custom brochure that you can hand out to all your folks, and they just kind of respond. And as they fill those slots that we're holding for you, then we'll pick you up at your location, wherever you want to be picked up from, and you'll join in with the rest of the group that's signed up for that trip and go along. So we call it, that's the group leader concept, and we love the group leader concept. Seems to work real well. Noah and the Ark is also included in our trip up to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and all the way up into Lancaster and the Amish country, as well as the Sight and Sound Theater up there, which is a huge theater in the round. And this year they have the story of Noah. So that matches up pretty good with the Ark. Woo, that's a lot of words, and I'm only on to Tulip Festival. We're only in May. Another 3 or 4 hours, we'll be done with this show. In May, we go up, and it's a great time to go to Holland, Michigan, because there they have this large descendancy of Dutch folks, and every year they celebrate that Dutch, Dutch way of life. They grow tulips. They have the giant windmills. They have the wooden shoe factory, the Delft factory, and they have a wonderful parade that all the town folk come and put on, where they dress in traditional Dutch outfits, and they sweep the streets, and the little kids ride around in the wagons, and it's just all American. We slide over to Dearborn and visit the Henry Ford Museum, and then we stay at the beautiful, wonderful Grand Hotel in Mackinac City, right outside of Mackinac City and Mackinac Island. So you have to take a boat to it. And once you get to the island, there's no transportation, no gasoline, no powered transportation on the island. So a horse and buggy pick you up and take you up to this wonderful hotel, 1,118-foot long front porch at the Grand Hotel. You dress up, go out to dinner there, 5-star dinner all the way, beautiful vistas of the lake. So then we bring it back down through West Virginia. So great trip every year, the Tulip Festival and the Grand Hotel. I really like this one. Flies into LA and goes up Highway 1 all along the coast. You'll visit Hollywood before heading up north, up along Highway 101, beautiful sights along the way, the Hearst Castle, into San Francisco. And then we do day trips out of there to Sequoia and Yosemite. Yosemite is the beautiful Valley National Park with the El Capitan and the Sequoia. The Sequoia is the big tree that's big and round. It's not like the redwoods. The redwoods are real tall. The sequoias are very big around, where some of them I've seen have a hollowed out that you can drive a car through. So it has a very unique bark on it, and the bark is what keeps fire from burning it. And those terrible fires that are raging out there right now, those sequoias outlast those fires, and they're just very old trees. So great to see that, Napa Valley, and then you fly home out of San Francisco. So check it out, California's Pacific Coast, all the way up to New Jersey and Atlantic City to see the Tony Bennett show, the music of Tony Bennett. We'll stay right at Caesar's Palace, right there on on the beach, on the boardwalk, and lots of fun visiting Philadelphia as well. A chance to have a cheesesteak and see the Liberty Bell. Maybe you'll jog up the City Hall steps like Rocky did. Our grand national parks. When we say grand, we are seeing them all the way out to Yellowstone, Grand Tetons, down into Salt Lake City and Bryce and Zion Canyon, and then flying out of Las Vegas. So check out the Grand National Parks. Lone Star State, this is a tour that goes and visits Dallas and remember old, what's his name? What was that guy's name on that show, Dallas, that he had the I Dream of Jeannie guy in it. JR, that's right. Who shot JR? Dallas, a lot of history there in Dallas. Then down to one of the most beautiful cities, I think, San Antonio, where you take a cruise on the river walk and have a lot of nice meals on that trip. The Lone Star, Texas trip. All the way up to Booth Bay in Maine to have a lobster. This is the new lobster boats in Booth Bay Harbor, Maine. Booth Bay Harbor in Maine. Hey, Guinea Buckport, great trip. Have some of those nice delicacy, the lobster. Cruising the Mississippi. This one has the history of Mark Twain. We cruise down, we take a 2-day cruise on the Mississippi River out of Dubuque, and we hear a lot about Samuel Clemens and Mark Twain, and then coming through St. Louis as well, which is where the giant arch is, right there on the banks of the Mississippi. Stunning canyons of the Midwest. The Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. This one highlights Yellowstone and that Yellowstone show. We're going to go there where they filmed the show, have a lot of highlights about the show Yellowstone, which I know a lot of us have watched. Still kind of miss old Kevin Costner. But anyway, also included there again, we're going to have the Grand Canyon, Bryce, Zion, Page, and then coming back across the country on the lower end. So a great trip, the stunning canyons of Midwest. Our Colorado train trip will motor coach out and then fly home. And that includes the Durango short gauge railroad, also going up to Pikes Peak out of Denver. The Black Hills includes Yellowstone and Cody, Wyoming, and Rapid City with Mount Rushmore. The Grand Tetons, that's them right there. That's Jenny Lake. Sure to see a moose there at Jenny Lake. They like to hang out in the elk preserve there, lots of wildlife, buffalo, antelope, just a tremendous amount of wildlife on the Black Hills trip. Our bucket list trip. I mean, we all got that bucket list, right? We've included it all on this trip. I could be here another day talking about the bucket list trip. Just check it out. It's quite a marvelous trip put together, including Glacier National Park, all the way across South Dakota, North Dakota, a lot of states that we haven't been to maybe, and a lot of national parks and unique stops along the way. Check out the bucket list trip. Our Civil Rights Trail in September has a great history lesson for you. Some nice meals, and we'll meet a lot of nice people along the way. Our New England fall colors all the way up to Vermont, New Hampshire during a great time of year, perfect time of year to see the leaves changing in the white and green mountains, going over to Shelburne Museum and taking a cruise on Lake Champlain. New England fall colors in October. Williamsburg, Penn Dutch, and the Poconos. Wow. Believe it or not, we got another train adventure on that one. How about it? Shenandoah Valley, all the way down to beautiful Shenandoah at a beautiful time of year where the fall leaves will be perfect. Guaranteed for that trip. Lots of history, lots of scenery, lots of nice shows, and a really nice train ride. I don't know what happened to my whistle. My whistle girl's gone. Hey, laid back in Key West. No train ride on this one, but a nice boat ride during the sunset. We take a catamaran ride. We take a nice tour of Key West all the way down the 144-mile trek along the Keys all the way down to the southernmost point in continental USA. Uh, Beautiful trip down to Key West, staying at the Marriott. Our Hawaii cruise. This is a 12-day program in October where we'll fly out, spend a couple nights in Honolulu, on Oahu, and then we board the Norwegian Cruise Line's Pride of America for a 7-night cruise around all the islands. A couple of islands, we stop on 2 different places. It's really cool. This is the way to see the islands because you unpack, you're on the cruise ship, you're unpacked, you don't have to pack and unpack, going from island to island hopping. You just do it on your cruise ship. And every day you park at a different port. You have a tour of the island there, Maui and Hilo and Kilo and Kona. And one night we even cruise by the live volcano and we see the lava flowing down the side. And then every day we're back on the ship cruising to the next island with a beautiful sunset, all your meals and entertainment on board, getting a little suntan. Hawaii cruise is the way to see Hawaii. Several ideas going off across the big pond from some international trips. Our Ireland trip, which comes into Dublin. You'll have a couple of nights in Dublin. Go to the Guinness World. We'll go all the way down, multiple nights along the coast of Killarney and we'll kiss the Blarney Stone. We'll do we'll go around Limerick, Galway, and the Cliffs of Moher. These beautiful white cliffs there. Uh, the people of Ireland are awesome too. They really make the trip. Go into one of those Irish pubs and you make friends for life. Lots of nice scenery. It is a green island for sure, and this is a beautiful time to go in May. So check out Enchanted Island. We've already got quite a few sign-ups for that. If you're interested, we need to move fast. Now, on all these international trips, you're going to have a passport. Okay, so don't forget to get your passport set up and make sure that's not expiring anytime soon. They'll give you a hard time if it's expiring within 2 months of your first flight out. So make sure your passport's ready, and let's go on a couple of international trips, including Canada, our new state to the north, Niagara Falls. We'll visit Niagara Falls and see the Skylon Tower there. That's a revolving restaurant where we have dinner one night, and it's a great panoramic view of the area, including the American Falls, which we're looking at right here. That's the other side. That's America. We'll spend the night in Canada, and to the right is the big Canadian Falls, the Horseshoe Falls, where see the little boat there, little boat in the water. That boat you get on called the Maid of the Mist, and you can cruise right up to the mouth of these Horseshoe Falls, and that's a trip in itself. And we'll do that. All along the Canadian side, there are beautiful parks with flowers blooming, be all kinds of tulips, and I don't know the names of all those beautiful flowers, but it's just a well manicured area that Canada takes real good care of. And if you want to, you can even go over the falls in a barrel. You know, I wouldn't do it, but if you want to do it, you can do it. Hey, Alaska, the last frontier, heading up there on 2 different opportunities on Holland America Cruise Line. All of them include a 7-night cruise on the Inside Passage. Just the greatest way to see Alaska. And then also some of them have the tour that's included that goes up into Denali and Fairbanks, where you see a lot of the wildlife. See Mount Denali National Park and the big mountain, tallest peak in North America. And then you see how they build the ships now that go to Alaska. Look at all the cabins that are balcony cabins. almost the entire ship are balcony cabins. So you just pay a little bit extra because I say on that trip you need a balcony cabin, and there's a great opportunity here. So not that big a difference between the inside and the outside. If you want to save a couple bucks, stay on the inside, but the balcony, everywhere you go on that inside passage, there's something to look at. You're not at sea. There's the towns, the little fishing villages, the waterfalls, the whales, and good opportunity there to see Alaska. And it has to go to Canada, which means you have to have a passport to go to Alaska. So spectacular Canadian Rockies. Probably everybody always asks me, where's my favorite place to go? If I had to pick a favorite trip, it would probably be the Canadian Rockies. And Jeanette, I know, who travels with us and escorts a lot of the trip. She loves the Canadian Rockies. She's got a group going this year. She's a wonderful person to travel with, and a great chance to see. This is the Valley of the Ten Peaks. So where we're seeing this picture, you will stand right there, and you will see the Valley of the Ten Peaks, just like this picture. Um, it's on the back of one of the Canadian dollar bills. Also, Banff, the Icefields Parkway that travels down between Jasper and Banff will come over the mountains, seeing the tallest peak in Canada, Mount Robson. We'll start the tour in Vancouver and see Victoria, which is, a trip in itself. And then we'll travel by bus, a Kelly Tours bus, across the Canadian Rockies into Banff and seeing all the sights and wonderful folks of Canada, and before flying out of Calgary to come back home. So really nice trip, probably my favorite. Nova Scotia flies up to Boston, and you do a loop around the Canadian um, maritime provinces, up through New Brunswick, Cape Breton, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia. There's a picture of Peggy's Cove right there. Put you right there on this trip. You'll be right there to see this. Um, really good food on this trip. Great lobster along the way, good fish, good salmon, and a lot of beautiful scenery. Cape Breton alone with Old Smoky Trail around the island. Prince Edward Island, lobster capital of Canada. Uh, just a great trip. We come back from Nova Scotia. We'll take the ferry across the Bay of Fundy back to Boston and fly you home from Boston. Our New England cruise, this starts in Portland, Maine, and then we'll go up through there again through the Canadian Maritime Provinces all the way around. You'll also stop in St. John's, which is in Newfoundland. So that's a pretty cool bucket list item. And then coming down through the St. Lawrence Seaway all the way down into Quebec and Montreal, where we'll fly home out of Montreal. So can't beat it. You're on a beautiful cruise ship, the Holland American Volendam, and all the meals are just superb there. You unpack, got a nice cabin, and then you have all your different stops along the way. So a really, really nice cruise. I love it. Eastern Canada includes Montreal, Ottawa, the capital of Canada, and this wonderful city here, Toronto, right on the lake. A day trip down to the Niagara Falls. So action-packed all during the time of year up there where the leaves will be changing. And we'll have a maple syrup tour included, some nice shows, some nice meals, and beautiful scenery in Canada. I always wanted to go to Iceland, and I did, and I really love it. This is the town of Reykjavik. Can you say that? Reykjavik. But anyway, it's a funny name, and that's about the only thing I can say because every other word they say over there is impossible. But they all speak English. They're all very kind. It's not a very populated island, and we'll visit all along the southern coast there, where you'll see the glaciers, giant waterfalls, have a chance to have some nice meals. You'll see those Icelandic horses that are very unique, little short, hairy ones, and puffins. You'll do the golden circle, which goes up around to the I can't say the name of the falls, but it's a beautiful falls. It's also where the two continents of North America and Europe come together, and this is why you have a little bit of volcanic action every once in a while. And don't worry about the volcanic action. Wherever it is, there's plenty of area to see and do in Iceland. But you know how that is. But it goes around that the big peninsula all along the coast. So little small towns you visit, nice, nice scenery, beautiful scenery, and you're actually going to Europe on a very short plane ride. So it's not bad at all. Check out the Land of Fire and Ice, Iceland in September. That time of year, during the night, if it's cool enough and it's clear enough, also a chance to see the Northern Lights. Great Britain, including England, Scotland, and Wales, going up to Edinburgh. There's Edinburgh Castle right there. You go over to Wales. All the nice scenery and tours along the way, ending up in London for a couple of nights and see all the sights of London, a great city, with the early bird special coming up. If you sign up before April 25th, you save quite a chunk of money there. So check it out for an October trip. You want to sign up for the early bird special 10-day trip to Great Britain, England, Scotland, and Wales. I know we just got done with Christmas, but we got to hit Christmas trips just a bit. Some of our highlight trips will be our Christmas shows of Branson. Biltmore's back again. It's open. We missed it last year because of the terrible floods. Let's go up there and support Biltmore and Asheville and make it happen this year, okay? If you missed it, we're ready for you this year. Country Christmas in the Opryland Hotel, where we spend 3 nights in Nashville, right there at the beautiful Opryland Hotel, which is decorated like no other hotel in the world. Lots of shows every day and night, and just a great tour up to Nashville. 2 different trips to go to New York City, our fly trip and our bus trip, 2 different opportunities to see the decorations of New York, see the lights and the Rockettes and a Broadway show. And then our Christmas mystery trip as well, overnight trip to see, I can't tell you, a mystery trip. Just a little dabble of 2026 trips as our slideshow here in our live presentation of 2025. We're going to slide into 2026, believe it or not, because we got some big ticket items we just want to mention. Our 10-day Caribbean cruise, a great deal in February on a Holland America cruise line. Goes deep down into the Eastern Caribbean. Our Italy trip, we skipped Italy this year because of the Holy Year. We're going to be real busy in Italy this year. Next year, we're ready for you in March. A wonderful trip through with an early bird special as well. Sign up by September 15th and save. Another cruise in Alaska. If you can't make it this year, we're ready for you next year on the Eurodome. And our Greece trip, classical Greece trip. We'll go right in there to Athens and then take a cruise as well, combined on the trip. Available early to book. Sign up today and receive the full itinerary and price. And then, believe it or not, we're loading up Kelly Tours Motor Coach, and we're going to motor coach all the way to Alaska and back. Coming up in 2026. Don't miss out on this opportunity if you just don't like to get on airplanes, or if you want to see all the sights between here and there and back again. This is the trip. Canadian Rockies, Glacier National Park, Montana, all the way up the Alaska Highway into Alaska, and all the points in between. So check that one out. Hey, that's it on the destinations. I've talked a lot. I do want to mention it's real easy to sign up. This day and age, we're all spending money online. I know when it first came out, it was kind of weird, but we're all doing it now, right? It's amazing how quick you can get something delivered to your front door. Well, I can almost deliver a motor coach to your front door. Just go online. Uh, every trip has a trip number on it. If you go online and you pull up kellytours.com and you go to the catalog, you can actually click on that page of the trip that you like, and it'll allow you to sign up right there. You register, you put your name and address in there for me, you put your phone number, and this information is kept within Kelly Tours. It's not ever given to anybody else for other purposes. We keep it in-house, we keep it safe for you, and we keep up with all your trips. Okay, so it's a real good, easy method of just signing up for the trip. You can even make payment plans on it. You can it'll hit you up for a deposit for the first payment, and you can even take on the insurance. You know, travel insurance on some of these high ticket items are available. It has that information in there as well. And so look at that travel insurance, and then also it'll let you know when the final payment is ready. Uh, we'll uh, we'll communicate with you through that, and also then as the time comes and you're ready to go on the trip, we'll mail you another set of documents that has all the information in there of how to meet up with the group and where you're going and what to bring. So that's what we call the final letter. All right. Hey, group leaders, I mentioned a group leader. That's hard work. Trying to talk 10, 20, 30 people into going somewhere all together on the same date, doing all the same time. That's hard work. We're going to take care of your trip for free, okay? So if you got a group, let us know. We'll look after it for you. I think it's a great way to have camaraderie, to make new friends, and it's a good value. Now, as the sun begins to set on this wonderful travel talk, if you have a group like that would like me or a representative of Kelly Tours to come out and see you, and you want us to do a travel talk, churches are always looking, church groups or civic organizations, ladies groups, ladies clubs, shrine groups. I'm just thinking about all kinds of ideas. Rec centers. You live in a community that has a lot of folks that are have a little extra time and a little extra money. You'd like us to come have a travel talk? We'll bring the travel talk on the road. Okay, might not last this long. Be a little shorter. I don't know how long this will last, and I know I'm tired of talking. I need a drink of water, but we have a good time doing it. It's good to see everybody. We've been doing this for a long time, and it's been a great run. We started in 1996, and what year is it? 2025. It's coming on 30 years. We've been sending people places. It's a great occupation. I like it because people come and they spend money at Kelly Tours because they want to have a good time, and so we like showing you a good time, giving you good value, and getting you back. That repeat business. Tell somebody. We have plenty of catalogs. If you have somebody that wants a catalog, just give us a call. We'll mail them one, okay? And that's how it works. Okay, if you had a good time with Kelly Tours, tell somebody about it. We appreciate it. Good to see everybody. We love you out there. Be safe, and we'll see you on the next Kelly Tour Travel Talk. Thanks a lot.